Well, good evening to you. How are you all today? I hope you're well. Me? Yes, I'm good, thank you. I hope you are too. Well, I'm here, but where exactly am I? Well, 6 hours ago I got on a ferry at Oban and I've come across the ocean to the Outer Hebrides and landed around about an hour or so ago, and I'm actually here on the island of Barra. Welcome to the island of Barra, otherwise known as Paradise. It's a little bit murky, the weather's not fantastic. I wasn't meant to be here, I was meant to be on the island of Skye, but it's even worse there, so I've come out here instead where it's a little less. But it's going to be windy, there's going to be some rain around, but it's going to be a beautiful island to explore. We're going to go down to Vatersay as well and look at that. That's tomorrow. Now's not the time to stop watching this video, it's all going to happen. So I came across from Oban on the ferry, and it was the MV Isles of Lewis ferry, I think, or something along that line's huge boat, very busy as well, lots of camper vans and lots of cyclists setting off on the Hebridean Way. And we're not far from the start, but the crossing was very good, everything was very comfortable, a couple of beers like you do, and then just walked round about 3-4 miles from the port to where I'm camping now, which is sort of like over on the west side. I was hoping for decent weather, but it's just not happening. But there you go. But it's a cracking spot. I think I'm in the middle of an oyster catcher nest, so they're a little bit fussy about being here, but let's see how it goes. But a beautiful spot. We're here for a few days. We're going to try and see as much as we possibly can. If the weather's decent, we'll climb a couple of hills as well. And well, I'm going to get a drink and something to eat. It's great to have you along. Welcome to Barra. Welcome back. 9:30 now, and I'm about done. I think I'm going to settle down and have an early night, I think, because we've got a big day tomorrow. We're going to go down to Vatersay Island and have a good walk around that and have a look. We're going to pop down to where the beginning of the Hebridean Way starts and pop into the village there and see what's there. And then there's a couple of beaches which look quite nice. Fingers crossed the weather looks good. But for now, from Barra, we shall leave it here, and I shall see you bright and early in the morning. Good night for the new. Good morning. I'm just having a drink of coffee. I've got another one on the go, and a breakfast bar. I'm almost packed. I've got most of my stuff in my bag now. But a good night. I slept very well, nearly 10 hours sleep. Again, I think it's the motion of the ocean, isn't it? So I feel pretty damn good today, to be honest. I feel pretty good. We've got a hint of blue sky, which is very welcome. The wind wasn't too bad last night, but the tent was brilliant. It was rock solid. Right, I'm going to have another cup of coffee. I'm going to get this breakfast bar down me, pack these few bits and pieces away. We'll have a quick look around, and then we're going to set off over that. On his way now. And the early part of today's hike is going to be over, or kind of over this hill. I can't remember what it's called. I shall put it on the screen now. And this is part of the Hebridean Way if you're hiking, and by the looks of it there are some waymarker posts that will keep me honest. The idea is, once climbed over this hill, that we're going to drop down and over a small causeway to the island of Vatersay. I think the thing that strikes me about Barra, my first opinions and impressions are, it's much more like Lewis than Harris. I had it in my mind that this was going to be sort of like more rolling like Harris, but it's far from it. There's quite a good sized number of hills on over 300 metres, or around about 300 metres. I don't know how high this is, but it's definitely that kind of landscape. Well, welcome to the top of Bentangaval, I believe it's called, and just around about 1100 feet, 330 odd metres, so that were enough to get me going for the start of the day. Now this possibly could be the highest I'm going to climb on this trip, but that's the highest peak over there. Now I'm due around there Sunday, but Sunday's looking very wet, so there's a good possibility I could lose views, but all being equal, we'll be there tomorrow. But for now, what we'll do is we'll have a look at these absolutely fantastic views, particularly down to Vatersay where I'm going next. And we're very, very lucky to have it cloud free because it was covered in mist last night. I think you'll agree, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Tomato and herb pasta mugshot for second breakfast. While that's water's boiling, I'll just take you for a quick walk over here because I think I can show you where I am going to camp tonight. So that's Vatersay Island down there, and we're going to go down there once we've finished up here. And the idea is that I'm going to walk down the road that you can see straight in front of me and then head down to a couple of beaches which are quite popular, and that's going to take me down to a small settlement and what is actually the beginning of the Hebridean Way. I'm then going to come back on myself. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be another route unless I climb over the hills, which is a possibility. We'll have a look. And then I'm going to head out right onto a peninsula, and there's a couple of beaches which you can see right down there, and that overlooks Castle Bay and the castle itself where the ferry arrived last night, so that also should offer some protection as this wind's going to get up. But looks for a beautiful camp, and you never know if the water's warm. All done. Time to make my way now off this hill, and we'll get down the other side, and then it basically starts to flatten out. There's a bit of road walking and then onto the island, so we'll get down here, I'll pick it up at the bottom, and then we can cross over onto the island together. While I'm down, that took a little bit of doing, I can tell you. I actually thought this would be the favourable side to go up, you know, particularly if you're going south to north on the Hebridean Way, but that last 100 metres or so, that were very, very, very steep. Hard on the knees going down, it'd be a breaker going up. Anyway, on the road now, so we'll take this for what it is and head towards the causeway and another island. So these are the Vatersay beaches, and very popular they are. The reason why I haven't seen many people today, they're all here. These Mac hair meadows are absolutely beautiful, they really are. Very pretty place. It seems that they've got everything very well organised here, in that you've got your camper van laybys if you want, and they work on an honesty system, as does tents. So if you want to park your van here, it's £10 a night. If you want to park your tent here, it's £3 a night. Now, whilst there are no facilities for camping, I think that's very decent. I don't think that's terrible at all. I mean, it's a beauty. I'm very tempted. It's a very nice place to camp. It is a lovely area. So I think most people have recognised this gate onto this beautiful beach here on Vatersay, and I got a couple of photographs of my sturdy bag at that beautiful gate. So that was the Vatersay Community Hall, and a cheese and tomato toasty and a tin of iron brew. Very tasty it was too. Okay, so round about 3 miles now back to camp, and it's mainly road walking. There is some kind of memorial I've seen on the way out, which we shall have a look at. Looks like some kind of plane wreck, or I don't know much about it. I don't have a signal to be able to Google it, but we'll have a look and then make us way out to the beach. In memory of the men who died and survived when their Catalina plane crashed on Vatersay on the 12th of May 1944. So I'm walking out on the peninsula now to the beach that I'm looking for, if I can access it. And just across there is Castle Bay, where we arrived the night before, no, last night, goodness me. But not too far to go now to these beaches. Thank the Lord, all this water I'm carrying is very heavy, but fingers crossed, not too far now to go. Welcome back. I've arrived at camp now, and tent all pitched up in a decent spot. There's actually 2 little beaches. There's a beautiful beach here which I'll show you in a short while. It's very busy with families at the moment. There's a tiny little beach behind which is all fenced off. There is a gate up above, but it's quite unpleasant compared to this one. Anyway, tent went up very well in a great spot, and very happy with the way it's going. That's the hill, that's the biggest hill. I can't remember its names on the screen now. If it's okay in the morning and it's not clagged out, we're going to climb that. Right, time for some refreshments, I think. It's been a good day, hasn't it? A very good day. What have we seen today? Well, oh gosh, we had to climb over that hill, didn't we? We climbed over that hill first thing in the morning. Yeah, that were tiring. Up and down, I don't mind telling you. Then onto the road and over to Vatersay, and then we walked out to Vatersay village, didn't we? And we saw the beaches and everything else. Quite a bit of road walking today, but there was no other way of getting there. And then out to this lovely beach tonight, and it's been well, the weather's been so much better than it was meant to be. It was meant to be like overcast and all that kind of stuff. I think that might be coming tomorrow now, so it might have all been kind of delayed by 24 hours, but really pleased to be here. Let's see what tomorrow brings, really. So Sunday, it'll be very quiet, and I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I don't know whether it's going to be clear enough to climb the hills or not, but let's see. But again, another day with road walking. I've looked around on my maps, and there's no way around it. Got to do it. So we'll see what happens anyway. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for the new. Good morning. What can I say about last night? Well, the wind arrived, didn't it? And with that came some rain. There's not a lot going on out there at all. It's quite blustery. It's very, very misty and claggy. I'll show you around in a bit. I've been awake for an hour or so on and off, but it's after 9 o'clock now. I'm in no rush to go anywhere or do anything at the moment because there just is nothing to see. We've got a nice porridge bar, porridge and fruit thing from Quaker, quite tasty, easy, don't require water or cooking, quite filling, and a lovely cup of coffee. There could be many cups of coffee this morning. I've got about a 5-mile walk round to Castle Bay, so with that hopefully I'll get a phone signal, then I can just check the forecast out, see what's going on, and then we can make a decision from there. Well, I think I better start to pack up because I can't lay here all day, can I? As a famous man once said, better to travel in hope than not to travel at all. Change of clothes and some fresh socks might do the trick. Better already. All packed up now and just before 11 o'clock, so a very lazy one this morning. But as you can see, I mean, it keeps rolling in and out. I keep getting the odd view of Castle Bay, but as you see, and I'm at sea level now, there is absolutely nothing to see. So I'll tell you about the plan in a second, but for now, as always, make sure you leave no trace. And well, that was a good little spot for the night. Let's go. I think it's trying to clear a little bit actually. It's still very low lying mist, but there's blues reappearing on the ocean, which is good news. So I'm going to make my way off Vatersay now and back over that small causeway and road walking all the way back round to Castle Bay. My plan was to go around a circular up to the north of the island, taking in some hills, and to be honest, there's nothing to see much at sea level, so I'm not going to spend 2 days walking through mists on roads for the sake of it. I can always come back. So first things first, get a signal. Second, check the weather forecast. Third, check the ferry timings. If there's an opportunity to take an early ferry back, I will, and we'll chalk this one down to experience, and we'll come back and finish it off another day and head up to Hebridean. But for now, road walking. Cue road walking music and montage. At the ferry port now, there's nobody here, so I can't speak with anybody to see if I can bring my ferry time forward, but I think the best thing to do is just try to find somewhere to camp, and then reasonably local, because the ferry's at 7 o'clock in the morning, so you've got to be here at 6:15, something like that. But that's the castle there. So this is Castle Bay, that's the castle, and if you look right in the distance there, you can see a beach. And that's where we camped last night. And we had to walk all the way around there, around there, around there, around there. Right, So that's my plan. I can't imagine it being too busy tomorrow morning and Monday morning 7 o'clock, but let's see. If I have to buy another ticket, I'll buy another ticket, but I've tried using their Wi-Fi and sent them an email. See at least if they receive the email, they might be aware that I'm coming. Let's see. Anyway, I'm gonna go and try find a co-op, get a few provisions, and then the best thing to do is find somewhere to camp, get something to eat and keep warm, because it's absolute. I never brought my gloves. I didn't think I was going to need them. I wish I'd brought them now. Anyway, co-op. I've got provisions. I've crossed back over the island now, and the plan is to try find somewhere to camp, not too far away. This is about 3.5 miles from the ferry, so I've got that to do in the morning with a boarding time at 6:15, so you can work that one out yourself. Hello there, welcome back. How are you? Good to hear. Right, well, what a day that was. A bit of a no day, really, wasn't it? Wasn't a great deal happened. Nobbert getting all the way back from the camp to Castle Bay. No phone signal anywhere for me on the island, which has been okay for the most, but then when you want to try change a ferry booking, not so easy. So let's try keep this story short. So I went into the co-op and nicked their Wi-Fi, but couldn't log into the Calmac website. Don't know why. Then walked up through town to Calmac itself to see if there was anybody in the office. There was nobody in the offices, but used their Wi-Fi. Managed to send an email to Calmac to say, can I move my crossing from Tuesday to Monday? Nothing back. So I moved back from Calmac back to the co-op to get some refreshment for this evening. Checked my emails, and Calmac have come back and said yes, no problem, and sent me a confirmation via PDF of my new booking, which is 7 o'clock in the morning. So I need to be up very early in the morning to leave this camp spot, because I'm going to be walking 3.5 miles before I even get to check-in, so very early start. But other than that, managed to get a call in with Mrs. Boardman, so that was perfect. I don't even know, I've got no signal, but she phoned me. It's women things like it's a thing, you know, a mentally thing. They're just keeping an eye on me, aren't they? Anyway, good chat, so everything's fine. Had a couple of beers, I've had some pasta carbonara, everything's fine in the world. I'm very, very relaxed. I'm in the tent because it's cold out and the rain keeps coming on. And when I say rain, it's like that mizzly Scotch wet mist stuff because the clag's still down. Anywho, all's good. Early night for me because I'm up very early in the morning, and I'll see you in the morning. And thank you very much. If you've watched it this far, you're amazing. Keep doing it. It keeps it interesting. Don't forget, let us know some comments. Talk to us. We answer all the comments. There's no comments get ignored. None. What do you want to know about? Gear. Robin's Coolwire 350. Had it about 5 years now. It's ace. It's great. Zoom UL from Big Agnes sleeping mat. Spot on. Very light. Very comfortable. Over 4 hour value. R means reflective, so it bangs the heat back at you. Keeps you warm in winter. Tent. Fjallraven Abisko Light 1, but with a mesh inner. So we've gone for the mesh. I've got 2 inners. I've got a 4-season inner and I've got a mesh inner. This is my summer inner. Tent's been brilliant. Brilliant in wind last night. Anyway, listen up. Thanks for watching. Did you see that photograph I took at the beach at Vatersay beach with that? How good did that gate and that view down to that beach look with my backpack and my walking poles at the side of it? Such an iconic image, made even more iconic, I don't mind telling you. It was a good do. Right, enough this waffle. If nothing else happens, I'll see you morning. Bye for the new. Morning. Crikey, it's all a bit of a rush. Rubbish disposed of. Back on the road, man. And heading towards the 7 AM ferry. The time currently is, bear with me, 5:25. Well, a wet night, my goodness me, it rained. It rained and it rained and it rained. But I slept okay. I'm a tiny bit jaded this morning. But that's okay because I've got nearly a 5-hour ferry to recover on. Looking forward to a full breakfast. Well, that was nice, wasn't it? A few nice days away. Camping places were good. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed last night. Not last night, it's the night before. That was very good. It was a lovely spot. And the weather's been okay, and I mean it's cold though. I can't believe how cold it is. A nice steady cruise back to Oban and then back home to Mrs. Boardman. As for you, well, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching it all, if you have watched it all. If you haven't watched it all, you're probably not listening to this, but that's absolutely fine. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. I'm not sure what I've got planned, but with a bit of luck it'll be something quickly and very soon. As always, give us a thumbs up. Always nice to have you along. Thank you very much. Bye for the new. Cheers.